Next section, attention. Overview. Attention is the behavioral and cognitive process of selectively concentrating on a discrete aspect of information, whether deemed subjective or objective, while ignoring other perceivable information. It is the taking positions by the mind in clear and vivid form of one out of what seem several simultaneous objects or trains of thought. Focalization, concentration of consciousness are of its essence. Attention has also been referred to as the allocation of limited processing resources. Attention remains a major area of investigation within education, psychology, neuroscience, cognitive neuroscience, and neuropsychology. Areas of active investigation involve determining the source of the sensory cues and signals that generate attention, the effects of these sensory cues and signals on the turning prosperities of sensory neurons, and the relationship between attention and other behavioral and cognitive processes like working, memory, and vigilance. A relatively new body of research which expands upon earlier research within neuropsychology is investigating the diagnostic symptoms associated with traumatic brain injuries and their effects on attention. Attention. What do you mean by attention? Notice or consideration. Can you define attention? It is the cognitive process of selectively concentrating on one aspect of the environment while ignoring other things. Attention has also been referred to as the allocation of processing resources. According to McDougall, types of attention: first, selective attention; second, divided attention; 3, bottom up versus top down attention; 4, overt and covert attention; 5, sustained attention. Detail going on. First, selective attention. Visual attention. Attention to focus on particular place or object. This picture, this is margin, this area fringe. Look at this, focus on only one word, notch. Second, divided attention. Divided attention is the task of actively paying attention to more than one task at a time. Divided attention can be improved with practice. Three, bottom up versus top down attention. The first aspect is called bottom up processing, also known as stimulus driven attention or exogenous attention. Some processes such as motion or a sudden loud noise can attract our attention in a preconscious way known as top down attention. Four, overt and covert attention. At covert attention is a neural process that enhances the signal from a particular part of the sensory panorama. Example, while reading, shifting. Overt attention would amount to movement of eyes to read different words. 5, sustained attention can work at one task for a long time. Determinants of attention. Objective factors, size, intensity, change, contrast, novelty, movement, repetition, systematic form. Subjective factors, interest, need, mental set, mood, physiological condition. Theories of attention. First, selection theory. 2, Hebbs theory. 3, Broadbent's theory. 4, Neuropsychological model. Detail going on. First, selection theory. Attention as selection among items not yet in consciousness. A selection of some to enter consciousness while others remain excluded. Second, Hebbs theory. It is the activity of cerebral cortex. Attention is process of selection, not stimulus but response, according to this theory. 3, Broadbent's theory. This theory based on information theory stressed stimulus selection as the core of the attentive processes. He used such terms like input, short-term store, filter, limited capacity. channel and output. For neuropsychological model, according to Lev Vygotsky and Alexander Luria, three-part model of neuropsychology defining the working brain as being represented by three co-active processes listed as 1. Attention, 2. Memory, 3. Activation. Duration and degree of attention. Duration and degree of attention depends upon first interest and need of a person, second mental set and mood of a individual, 3 physiological condition and external environment. Span of attention. Can you define span of attention? It is the amount of concentrated time one can spend on a task without becoming distracted. Most educators, such as psychologists, agree that the ability to focus attention on a task is crucial for the achievement of one's goals. Types of span of attention. First type, transient attention. It is a short-term response to a stimulus that temporarily attracts or distracts attention. Human transient attention may be as short as 8 seconds. Second, selective sustained attention, also known as focused attention. It is the level of attention that produces the consistent results on a task over time. Alteration of attention. Modification of attention possible through 1. Change objective and subjective factors. Second, adjust size and intensity. 3. Revise contrast and movement. 4. Repetition of stimuli. 5. Adaptation of psychological physical setting. Importance or need of alteration of attention. First important, promote communication. Second, uphold motivation. 3. Support to fulfill need. 4. Prevent distraction. 5. Develop good aptitude. Physical correlates of attentions. 1. Body movements. 2. Visible stimulus, eye. 3. Auditory stimulus, sound, ear. 4. Internal physical change, heart rate, respiration, etc. Influence of processing load. Cognitive load theory, which states that there are two mechanisms that affect attention. 1. Cognitive. 2. Perceptual. Cultural variation. Children appear to develop patterns of attention related to the cultural practices of their families, communities, and the institutions in which they participate. Neural correlates of attention. Most experiments shows that one neural correlate of attention is enhanced firing. If a neuron has a certain response to a stimuli, shifting of attention. Attentional shift or shift of attention occurs when directing attention to a point to increase the efficiency of processing that point and includes inhibition to decrease. Attentional resources to unwanted or irrelevant inputs. Shifting of attention is needed to allocate attentional resources to more efficiently process information from a stimulus. Research has shown that when the object or area is attended, processing operates more efficiently. There are competing theories that attempt to explain why and how attention is shifted, as well as how attention is moved through space. Can you define shifting of attention? It has been defined as moving the focus of attention from one thing to another. For example, from the cat to the dog. Models of shifting of attention. First model, unitary resource. There is a single resource of attention divided among different tasks in different amounts. Second model, multiple resource model. According to this model, there is different attentional resources exist for different sensory and response modalities. Theories of shifting of attention. First theory, moving spotlight theory. Attention is like a movable spotlight that is directed towards intended targets, focusing on each target in a serial manner. Second, gradient theory, which attentional resources are given to a region in space rather than a spotlight. Stages of shifting of attention. First, attention away from where it is currently focusing. Next, the shifting of attention would occur from one stimulus to another. Then finally, attention would be focused onto the new target. Types of shifting of attention. First type, voluntary versus automatic. Second, overt versus covert. 3, cognitive shifting. 4, mental shift. 5, task shifting. Techniques for better classroom attention. First, focusing. Second, direct instruction. 3, monitoring. 4, modeling. Five, non-verbal cuing. 6, environmental control. 7, low profile intervention. 8, assertive discipline. 9, assertive messages. 10, humanistic messages. 11, positive discipline. Measurement of attention. How to measure the attention? Ability to sustain concentration on a particular object, action or thought. Ability to manage competing demands in our environment. Measure by 1. Count the letters. 2. Spot the differences. 3. Awareness test. Disorder in attention. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is characterized primarily by inattention, easy distractibility, disorganization, procrastination, and forgetfulness, where it differs in lethargy, fatigue, clinical model of attention. First, focused attention. The ability to respond discretely to specific visual, auditory, or tactile stimuli. Second, sustained attention, vigilance. The ability to maintain a consistent behavioral. Three, selective attention. The ability to maintain a behavioral or cognitive set and freedom from distractibility. 4. Alternating attention allows individuals to mental flexibility. 5. Divided attention. It refers to the ability to respond simultaneously to multiple tasks. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.